All right, let's get right into it. Artificial intelligence. It's not just changing marketing, it is completely rewriting the rulebook. We're talking about campaigns with a kind of power and precision that, honestly, was unimaginable just a few years ago. But all this power, it comes with a really fascinating and maybe a little scary challenge. So, just how big of a deal is this? Well, get this. Recent analysis shows that AI-powered campaigns can boost conversion rates by more than 400%. I mean, that's not just a little better. That's a whole new ballgame. It completely changes what's even possible.
And this is the new reality. A number like that is exactly why you're seeing businesses just scrambling to get AI into every single part of their marketing. I mean, with results like that, who can blame them? The numbers don't lie.
But that really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. How in the world does this stuff work? How does it get these unbelievable results? And maybe the most important question of all, what's the catch? What's the potential downside to all this incredible power?
Okay, so to answer that, we've got to pop the hood and see how this thing is actually built. So let's pull back the curtain and take a look at what one of these AI marketers really looks like on the inside.
And we're not just going to talk in hypotheticals here. We're going to look at a real, actual, functioning AI system built for this very purpose. It's a perfect case study for how these tools are being put together and used in the wild right now. So the system, it's actually beautiful in its simplicity. You can think of it like a little AI team made up of 3 different agents, and each one has a very specific job. You've got your scout, your analyst, and your boss who makes the final call. So first up is the search agent. This is your digital scout. Its one and only mission is to hit the web, use a search engine like DuckDuckGo, and just find a whole bunch of potential websites where a product might fit. It's basically gathering all the raw leads. Now, once the search agent has its big list of websites, it hands them off to agent number 2, the critic agent. This is the team's analyst. It goes way deeper, reading the content on each site and puts together a really structured report, basically a pros and cons list for advertising on each one.
And that brings us to the final step, the selector agent. It takes all that detailed analysis from the critic, weighs all the pros and cons, and then it just makes the call. It picks the single best website to target. Boom. Clean, fast, and totally data-driven.
So that's the how, a system that can research, analyze, and decide faster and more efficiently than any human team ever could. But this incredible power, this ability to understand us and target us so perfectly, it opens up a really critical question. I mean, think about it. When an AI can figure out what you want, maybe even before you do, and then puts the perfect ad in front of you at just the right moment, is that being helpful, or is it something else? Is it exploiting your own psychology? This is the huge ethical tightrope of AI marketing.
You know, what's so wild is just how thin the line is between these two things. Persuasion is all about informing you, empowering you to make a good choice. It's supposed to be sincere. But manipulation, that's a whole other story. It's about exploiting your subconscious biases, creating a fake sense of urgency, and trying to short-circuit your rational brain. The scary part? The exact same AI tools can be used for both.
And this is where it gets really murky with techniques like digital nudging. These are these subtle little design tricks or messages that gently push you toward one decision over another, and often you don't even realize it's happening. An AI system like the one we just saw could not only find the perfect place for an ad, it could design the perfect nudge to make you click.
So, what happens when that line gets crossed, whether it's on purpose or by accident? Well, the fallout isn't just some academic debate. The consequences can be massive, doing lasting damage to a company's reputation and really our trust in technology as a whole.
Yeah, there are some pretty serious cautionary tales out there that show us exactly why this is such a big deal. The misuse of this kind of powerful data and targeting has led to some of the biggest corporate messes we've seen in recent years.
I mean, the poster child for this, of course, is Cambridge Analytica. That's where personal data from millions and millions of Facebook users was taken without them ever really agreeing to it. It's a pretty chilling look at what happens when these automated systems are used to build psychological profiles on a massive scale. It was a wake-up call for pretty much the entire planet.
And you can literally see the damage in the numbers, especially when it comes to trust. Before a big scandal like this, a company might have a pretty healthy trust rating, say around 75%, but afterward, it can absolutely crater, dropping as low as 30%. That kind of reputational hit can take years, maybe even a decade, to recover from, if ever.
And what's really important to remember is that the damage doesn't stop with just one company.
Stuff like this sparks real public outrage. It leads directly to people demanding stronger laws and more regulation, which ends up changing the rules of the game for everybody.
Okay, so we've got the incredible power on one side and the serious peril on the other. How do we actually move forward? How can we use the good parts of AI in marketing without falling into all these ethical traps? The answer has to be a solid ethical framework.
This whole framework really stands on 3 core pillars. And the first one is transparency. It just means companies need to be totally upfront and honest about what data they're collecting and how their AI is using it. No more hiding behind confusing terms of service.
This second pillar is accountability. This is huge. Companies have to own the results of their AI systems. If an algorithm turns out to be biased or manipulative, you can't just blame the code. The company that built and used it is responsible for the harm it causes, period.
And the third pillar, which might just be the most important one, is consumer empowerment. It's all about giving us, the users, real, easy-to-understand control over our own data and our own choices.
And look, these aren't just feel-good words. They translate into real actions. Transparency means publishing clear reports on data privacy. Accountability could mean setting up internal ethics boards. And empowerment is all about giving us simple, one-click buttons to control our data, not burying them 10 menus deep.
So this all leaves us with one final thought to chew on. The next time an ad pops up online that seems to know exactly what you were just thinking about, just pause for a second and ask yourself, is this technology helping me make a choice, or is it trying to make the choice for me? Because how we answer that question, well, that's going to define the entire future of marketing.